Hi guys, welcome to this video. So I think everyone watched our previous video, the overview of the interface, what are all available in this Power BI. So today in this video, we are going to import the data from the Excel, and then we are going to create a visualization by our own by using the charts and cards and slicers. Okay. So before that, let me just go for an overview of what we have seen in the last video. If you don't watch the previous video, kindly go and watch if you are new to this Power BI. Okay. So now we are going to import the data. Like we are going to import the data from the Excel. So I'm going to click here, or either you can click here. Okay. So let's go for the import data. So this particular data, I got this data from the Udemy course, like which I have from where I have studied this Power BI. Okay, I have completed the course on the Udemy. So this data I got from the Udemy platform. So I don't know whether this data got some copyright strike, right? So, okay, I'm going to use this table as Excel data. So I'm going to open it. It will take some time to load our data. Okay, okay. As you can see here, our Excel file has been imported. Okay, as you can see in this table, you can able to see the blue color column header, right? On the below, you don't have that blue color header. Okay, so this is nothing but this is known as the name of the Excel sheet which we have created. Okay, so this is nothing but this is the table inside the Excel sheet that we have created. Okay, I think I can open that and I'll show you how to use or how to view that. Okay, I'll open this Excel file once. Okay, as you can see here, this is the Excel sheet that we have imported on the Power BI. As you can see, the sheet name is gaming. Okay, but inside the table, I have formatted that as a table. As you can see, if you go for the table design, you can see here the table name is gaming table. Inside this, you can also create one more table here, and you can also go for the insert and you can make it as a table and you can rename by your own. Maybe it may be your like not like a gaming table. You can now add any kind of like a population table or income table or a sales table or a profit table. Okay, you can rename it, and you can also create multiple tables in Excel. And after creating, you can save this part and you can move directly for the Power BI. Okay, so I think you guys have understood. Like in this Power BI, this like entire white sheet represent the sheet name on the Excel, and this blue bar represents the table that we have created on the Excel. Okay, so I recommend you guys to go on with the table like which we have created, because if you go for the Excel sheet, I think the sheet has been opened, right? So I'm going to close this. Okay, because this gaming table, this table is took the values which we have entered. Okay, if you have entered some more tables below this, because we have selected this sheet, right? Because it will take the entire data which have been entered on that sheet. Okay, so if you need to select a particular table, you can go for the format and you can make it as a table and you can directly import the data in Excel. Okay, and we need to select this table because we want this table alone. If you need to create any additional columns, okay, you need to go for the transform data. It will be automatically redirected you to the Power Query editor like we discussed on the previous video, or else you can directly load this data, and later on also you can go for this transform data and you can transform your tables. Okay, so we will see deep about this transform data in upcoming videos. For this video, I am going to create a visualization based on this single table alone. Okay, we don't want to use the model view here. We're just going to use the report view and the table view in this video. Okay, so we are going to format this table and we are going to create a visualization based on this table. Okay, so I'm just going to load this table. If you click on load, it will say take some time to load the data. Okay, so let's wait for that. Okay, as you can see, our data has been imported, and you can see in this data bar, you can see here we have imported a table named gaming table, and inside the table you can see the various column names which you have got. Okay, like we have this column names inside the Excel sheet, so the column names will be ordered here. Okay, so I'm going to hide this. Not it's like hide. I'm going to collapse this. As you can see here, build visual with your data. Now, on the previous video, you can see here whether it is showing us to import the data, but we have imported here, and now we can go for the visualization. Okay, so at first I'm going to adjust this width and height of this page. Okay, so if you go for the table view, okay, here you can see our table, our data which we have imported. Here also you can able to see the country, the ordered amount. So this is nothing but the column name. Okay, so it will be like it will be sorted on the here it will be sorted based on the Excel sheet which we have imported, but on this data bar it is sorted like based on the alphabetical order. Okay, so let's go for the model view, report view again. So you can see here, so there's a symbol like standard deviation symbol on this ordered amount, price, profit, and so. So do you guys anyone have an idea about what this symbol it is? Okay, okay, I'll tell you. Like this symbol represent that it is a kind of values, like whole numbers. Okay, if you go for this table, if you click on this country, you can able to see many options here as a column tool. Like you can also rename this by here, or else you can click double click here and you can also rename this. Okay, so you can add a data type, whether it is a text or a whole number or a decimal number, or it may be a date or time, okay, or it may be true or false, or it may be a binary. Okay, so you can also edit the data type here, and you can also format it. Okay, if you go for the text here, it will be directly the format will be text, right? So if you have a values here, if you have set the whole number here, you can also go and edit the format, whether it is a it represents the money, or it represents the percentage, or it represents in decimal value. You can add here. Okay, and summarization is nothing but like we can summarize this. Okay, if we summarize this, so it will be text, right? If we summarize this, it will be taken as a count. So if you go for this price, if you summarize here, we can also, if this is a value, right? So we can also make it as a sum or average for these values, or minimum value or maximum value, or maybe it may be a count for this. Okay, you can summarize this value. And then data category is nothing but like whether you like this price is nothing but represents the dollar symbol here. Okay, so this is kind of a money. If you go for the country, like you can go for the data category, here you can see whether it is an address or place or a city or a country, or it is a postal code, or it is a continent or latitude or longitude, or it may be a web URL or an image URL or a barcode. Okay, you can also assign anything for that. Okay, so at first we need to assign this table formats first of all. Okay, as you can see, this price. Okay, country, let it be the text. Okay, it will be the text, but on the data category, we have to assign this as a location. US, Italy, Norway, Spain. So some for someone something it will be a country like like Italy and Norway. It is not a country. It is like a place. Okay, so if you select this place, as you can see, the map symbol is showing here. It's nothing but these locations are analyzed by the Power BI, and it has been translated into the country. Okay, I'll show you how this country symbol is working. Okay, if you go for the price, this price represents some value. Okay, so you can also go for this, and it's like a currency, right? You can also add like a dollar symbol here, or a euro, or if you go down, you can also see the Indian currency here. Okay, I'll show you. I think it's available like Hindi language. I think so. Hindi and India. Yeah, you can see here it will be the Indian rupee symbol. Okay, so you can also add like any kind of currency symbols you want to add here. Okay, so like if you are working on any organization, basically they will add those currencies based on the dollar. Okay, so I'm going to going on like go on move on with this dollar, and the ordered amount is nothing but it's a kind of whole number, right? So I'm going to leave it as a whole number. And for the sales, like sales also it is talking about the currency, right? So I'm going to make it as a dollar. And for the product, so I'm going to leave it as a text because we don't have any data to sync, like whether it is a place or a, so we don't able to category these parts because this is nothing but a product name, like the gaming device which we are using. Okay, so we don't want to sort this or format this. Go for the profit, and profit also. This is a kind of currency, so I'm going to use dollar symbol here. So okay, I forgot to tell you guys. If you use dollar symbol, like if you are making this profit value as a currency, you can see here, like yeah, like I'll go for the whole number again. You can see the profit minus value as mentioned minus 100 here as minus 250. If you are turning this into like a currency value, you can see a bracket here. Instead of minus, this Power BI will automatically create a bracket for the like a lowest value, not lowest, like a minus for negative values, it will be automatically taken as a bracket value. Okay, and for the region, or else you can also go for a place, but I don't want this region. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it as a text. Okay, so after changing all these and after making format for all these columns, like you can also like click here, or if you have typed anything in this table bar, we need to tick here, but it will automatically sync or it will be automatically refreshed. So if we go for the report view, like you can see here, the country has formatted, and other thing or looks like a similar thing. Okay, so at first we are going to create our first report on Power BI. Okay, so at first I'm going to name this, like name this report. So in this report, I'm going to enter a name of like this entire data represents the gaming sales. Okay, so I'm going to rename this like as gaming sales report. Okay, so after entering the values, you can go and edit the font, like I have discussed this in the previous video itself, like how to use these text box tools. So I'm going to align this as center and bold and italic. Now I'm going to make it as a little smaller. Okay, and now either you can also drag like this. Okay, or else like I said before, you select this and you go for the format and you can align and align top and align center. Okay, you can also align like this. Okay, so here we have done, like with the text box tool, we have created a title for this report, but then we have to create like we have formatted all our data in the table view. Okay, so now we are going to create our visualization. Okay, so at first we have to mention the country. Okay, so based on the country only, we are going to split, or we are going to view the value of sales amount and profit amount. Okay, so based on the country only, we can be able to split the values. Like India, it has like a $2,000 sales and it has a profit of 350, or it may be have a profit of minus 350. So we can be able to see the values based on the country. So at first we need to create a visualization for this country. So basically, like this map symbol is occurred in this country, right? It is showing like all our countries which we have entered in this table have like analyzed by the Power BI, and it can created by the map feature. Okay, so here like you can also add any feature for this. So I'm going to add a map feature here. So map feature is nothing but it will create a map view for the entire data which we have created. Okay, so we have created this map. After created this map, you can see here location, legend, latitude, longitude, bubble size, and tooltips. Location, here you can also drag this country into this location, or else you can directly select this box. Okay, after selecting this box, you can able to see our map here. You can also zoom in, zoom out by using the scroll button. So this is how we have imported this country into the location. Okay, we don't want, if you want to add any legend fields, you can also drag any fields into the legend. But latitude, longitude, I think we don't have enough much data for those things. So I'm going to just moving on with this bubble size. So before that, you can able to see some blue dotted, okay, blue dots like all over the maps. So anyone have an idea like what is about these dots, like blue dots? Like it's not a dot, it's a kind of bubble. Okay, so it's nothing but you can see here we have mentioned a country like US, Italy, Norway, Spain, India, and Canada. Okay, so this will be the repeating part in this column. You can see here those country which we have entered in this table, like India, and this one Italy, and this one Spain, and this one Norway, and this one US, and this one is Canada. Okay, so the all that country name which we have entered in this table, it will be automatically recognized by the Power BI, and it will be automatically plot those countries as a point. Okay, you can add, you can anyway, you can also add this data. You can also change this Norway into your hometown or into your location. Power BI will automatically recognize that location by this map, and it will automatically plot your location on the map. Okay, so this is how this map tool will work here. As you can see, this bubble size, it's like a same size for all these countries. So we have to see this bubble size based on the, like based on the profit or based on the sales category. Okay, so basically we will see this bubble size based on the sales price. Okay, so I'm going to drop the sales on the bubble size, because bubble size is nothing but represent these bubbles. So if you had sales here, you can see here this bubble size differs from country to country. You can see, like you can see a very small bubble here. If you go for this bubble, like if you move your cursor towards this bubble, you can see the sum of sales is $3,450. Okay, like whether which is a bigger bubble here, like you can see US here. For US, you can see the bigger bubble. It has the highest sales among all these countries. Okay, so this is how you can be able to view this. Okay, so if you click on this map, you can see the format visual for this particular map. You can see the map settings, whether it is a road map or like a dark feature or a light or a grayscale. You can change this, and for a control, you can have a zoom buttons on this. Okay, or if it is, we need any auto zoom feature, like if you have selected this India, like if we have some more visualization, if you select a particular table, it will be automatically zoomed towards the India. Okay, so this is how this zoom, auto zoom will work. And then let's close this and let's go for the bubbles here. You can also add the ranging scale, whether it is based on the magnitude or whether it is based on the data range. So I'm going to make it as an auto range, and you can also increase and reduce the bubble size. As you can see in this visualization, when I'm increasing this, the bubble size will get increased. So I'm going to reduce these towards like -10. Okay, or you can also go for the 20, -20. I think it is very small, so I'm going on with the, yeah, -10 inch. So it looks good. And also you can change the color for the bubble. As you can see, the light color is for the watery area on the map. So if you use again same the light blue color, it will be very hard for us to identify the location. So we can also change the bubble color. Okay, let me change this color like Okay, let me take this dark red color, so it is showing as a good thing. You can also add some conditional formatting for your color, like whether it has a low sales. You can also add some different color, whether it has a high sales, like you can assume a value. If it is more than $4,500, you can add some separate color for that. It will be show some different colors. Like we will see later on about this conditional formatting, because this conditional formatting is occurred, it will be displayed on all the visualization that we are going to use. Okay, so we'll see deeper on this about this conditional formatting. Or if you know about this conditional formatting before itself by Excel or PowerPoint, you can directly use those rules here itself. Okay, and then category labels. Okay, let's first of all let's close all these things. Okay, this category label. So category label, basically category label is nothing but, if you see this round color, like a round shapes, right? Because we don't know the value, exact value of the India sales, or it may be a US sales. Okay, we don't know the exact value. We can able to analyze the data based on the bubble size. If you need to know the particular value, you have to move the cursor towards India. So then only you can guys can able to see the sum of sales of, like India has a sum of sales of $6,900. So instead of that, if you turn on this category label, you can also make it as a country name, like India, Italy, Spain, Norway, US, and Canada. Okay, so this is how this category label will work. Okay, or else like you can also change the font of this. So I think I'm okay with this font color, like white color. Or else you can also change the background for this text. You can also change it as a white color. Okay, or else I think black color is okay for me. You can also increase the transparency for these colors. Okay, and then heat map is nothing but, if you turn on this, you can see it's like if you have seen any like Google Maps or it kind of any map, if you go for the temperature view, you will see like the highest temperature, like a highest value will be shown as a dark thing, and the lowest value will be on the light thing. Okay, light blue color or dark blue color. So this is nothing but the heat map. I think most of the reports will never use this heat map. They will directly move on with this bubble, because when compared to the bubbles, heat maps will represent very low visualization. Okay, so I recommend you guys to move on with these bubbles. Okay, so I think I have covered all these things in the visual tab. And if you go for the properties tab, you can adjust the height and width of this entire text box, and you can go for the position of this text box. And if you need to edit this title, like sum of sales by country, you can also type anything you want as a title. Or else if you don't want any title, you can directly turn it off. Okay, I just want the title, like this title is okay for me, like sum of sales by country. So I'm going with this. Okay, you can also change this as heading 2, heading 1, heading 4. Okay, and also you can change the font name. Okay, font, like a font display. So I'm going to use this one. And you can also increase or decrease the size, or yeah, I think it's okay for me. So these are all the tools which is available for this map. So I don't want to spend more time on this. Like you have to work on this, and you have to go on for all the options which are all available in this Power BI formatting. You need to go on with this, and you have to work for this. Okay, so that only it is very easy for you to understand. So I recommend you guys to open the Power BI, and either if you want this data, I will try to, or if you need means you can comment below. I will upload this data, this Excel sheet to you, so that you can able to work on this with data. Okay, so I am going to resize this, so this will be okay for me. I think this data label, I don't want this data label, so I'm going to turn it off as a category label here. Okay, so now we have created visualization for this country. Okay, so now I'm going to create like yeah, one more, like a chart for the sales and profit. Okay, like based on the country, I'm going to create a chart. Okay, it may be a clustered column chart, or it may be a stacked column chart. So I'm going to move on with this custom column chart. So I'm going to click this chart, and after clicking chart, you can drag here. So here I'm going to I'm going to see the profit and sales based on the product. Okay, so at first I'm going to place the product on the x-axis. Okay, and then I'm going to drag this on the y-axis, like sum of profit including sum of sales. Okay, so this is how we can able to see the sales and profit of these like uh, based on this product. So if you are going to do this entire visualization in Excel or PowerPoint, it will take more time for you to edit this chart. Okay, so you can see here at first the profit is viewing and the next one is sales. Okay, I need the sales to the first and the profit as the next. You can directly drag the sales towards the top, and you can see here the sales will be visible the first. Okay, so as you can see, the product as PC, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox. Okay, and then the sum of sales and sum of profit. Okay, and then based on those things, this thing will be created. This chart will be created. Okay, so at first I'm going to drag like this, and I'm going to place the chart here. Okay, so let me drag this towards downwards. Okay, so this, I think this will be the best view for presenting our report. Okay, so when we click on this, you can see here the format visualization for this chart has been enabled. So here you can also change anything, any data in this particular chart. If you need to change anything, every option will be available here. So I don't want to spend more time on this, explaining all these data. I'll try to change something in this data so that it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, so as you can see, let's go on with the x-axis first. X-axis, you can see like this product value. I don't want to change it anything, and you can see the title text. It will be taken as auto text. Like product is okay for me, and if you need to change any font size or font color for this, you can also change this. And let's moving on to the y-axis. You can also add the minimum range like 0 and the maximum range as 10K. I think, or else if you need this y-axis as towards like 20K, you can add the maximum value by your own. Okay, or else if you need to start this chart by the value of 10K, or sorry 10K or not by 10K, you can start this by 1K. You can enter a value of 1 here. Okay, so that it will be chart, the chart will be based started based on the minimum value that we have entered. Okay, so I'm going to start with the auto selection of this Power BI, and the values, if you need to bold the values on the y-axis, you can also bold it. So I think I don't want it as a bold, so I'm just going to leave it as a thing. So here, let's move on for the next. As you can see the display unit option here. Okay, so here, as you can see in this y-axis, the values are showing like k, like a 0K, 5K, 10K. For some people, it will be very easy for them to understand. Instead of writing 10,000 like a 10,000, like instead of that, if they wrote 10K means it is very easy for them to understand. For some of them, like a not educated people, like if you are explaining these to them, it will be very hard for them to understand this. Or if you can also change this, it will be in auto. Okay, if you click on this none, you can see the entire $10,000 here, $5,000 here. Okay, or else if you go for the millions, you will see 0.01 million. Or else thousands is enough for me, so I'm going to move on with this 10K value. And then if you have value as any decimal points, you can add the value of the decimal places. If I increase this, as you can see here, like 10.0K, like you can increase this. Okay, and then I think yeah, I have to change this title text for the y-axis. Okay, so for the y-axis, you can see sum of sales and the sum of profit. So I'm going to change it as yeah, sum of sales and profit. So this will be fine for me. Okay, so I'm going to just leave it as this as my title. Okay, you can also like you can see here option here like show title only or show unit only or show both. If you have entered any unit here, you can also edit this. Okay, like for something we will use some for the physics or some kind of tables we will use like unit like n by m like newton by meter, like we will enter the unit, right? So instead of that name the unit can able to be visible. Okay, so this is how this thing will work. And this legend table, like legend is nothing but if we hide these lines, so this will be legend. If I'm turning off this legend, you can't be able to see like which color is sales and which color is profit. Okay, so instead of that, we need to tell them before whether it is a like this light blue represents the sales of the country or sales of the product based on the country, and this dark blue represent the like a profit of the product based on the country. Okay, so this is how we can use this legend tool. So in that legend, like we can also change the position of the legend, whether you need it on the top left of this chart or top center. Oh, sorry, top center means on this text box it will be on the top and it will be on the center. Okay, so it will be based on the space that you are available. If I need like if you have more space on the right side, like you can also go for the center right here. Okay, I don't have much space for this because I need to create more visualization on this space. So I'm just going to take it as a top center. Okay, this will be fine for me. And then the text, you can also highlight the text of this legend values. Okay, so I'm just also moving on with the same thing. Okay, and then grid lines, like if you need to add any grid lines for this, you can also add by your own. And then columns, like yeah, this column, this column is nothing but this bar, okay, which we have created on this clustered column chart. So this column, like we can change this color for this particular column. So mostly like the sales, I'm going to use the sales color as, let's go for the more colors. I'm going to use this red color for the sales. Okay, so just for the reference, I'm not going to use any kind of template color for that. I'm just going to use the default, or it may be my own. I'm using my own respective color. Okay, for the profit, I'm going to mention it as a green color. Okay, or like if you go for moon color, so more colors you can able to see various colors here. Okay, so this is how you guys can able to create your own colors which is not available in this Power BI. Okay, you can also create by your own. And for the spacing, you can also increase the spacing between these two bars, or these two bars. Okay, you can also reduce this space. Okay, and you can also increase the space. So I'm going to leave this space as the basic space of 20 px. Okay, and then the data labels is nothing but if we move on this cursor only, we can able to see the sum of sales is $8,400 for the product of PlayStation. So we need this value to view on this maybe it may be on the top of this bar or inside this bar or the left of this bar. Okay, so for that we need to select the data label, and you can see the data label is nothing but the values of the total thing. Okay, like 10.8k PC. Okay, so the same here, like apply settings to all, or you can also select for the sum of sales column only. Okay, I'm going to select it as all. And orientation, whether this text orientation will be on vertical text or it may be horizontal text. I'm just going to select this as horizontal text. And position, whether it needs to be visible inside the like inside this column or outside end or inside the center of this column or inside the base. Okay, so I'm going to select as outside end. And when you go for the values, you can also see the display units here as we have done on this y-axis, right? So we need this value to be a full value. I don't want it as a k, as I'm not going to, this is not a kind of big value, right? If it is a million, you can also add like you can also change the display unit towards the million. but this is like kind of thousand, so we can show the entire value here. If the value is towards million, it will be very big, so it is very hard for us to display the entire value. So for thousand, it will be very easy. So I'm going to move on with this value. Okay, and you can also change the background color for this bar chart. Okay, so that's all. I don't want to spend more time on this. I'm just going to align this, and now our sales has been created. Okay, and then I'm going to change the title of this. So for that, like if we go for the general, if you go for the title here, we can also change the title. So I'm going to select sum of sales and profit by product. So sum of sales and profit by product. Okay, this is going to be my title, and I'm going to use this font and make it as a bold, and I'm going to reduce the font size. Okay, so this is how we can create this clustered column chart. And the one more important, like interesting fact on this Power BI is like we have created this chart based on the entire country, right? Like one, two, three, four, five, six. So based on these six countries, we have created this data. So this is a kind of overall data, right? Okay. So if you click on this India, you can see our chart has been it is converted into very small chart, right? You can see like if you unclick India, like the total sales for the PC, it will be $10,750. If you go for India, it is showing only $4,900. Why? because because this PC has a sales of 4,900 only in India. Okay, and it has a profit of $550 only in India. Okay, if you unclick this, you can able to see all these like a common all the sum of values which has been sold all over these countries. If we click on this UK, the UK value will be shown here. If we go for the Canada value will be shown here. As you can see, the empty data here because this PC has not sold in this Canada. Okay, so that's why it is not showing any value. Okay, so I'm going to unclick all these filters and just moving on for the next visualization. Okay, this thing is not only for this map feature. This is all for the entire report. If you are going to add anything, it will be changed based on this selection. Okay, okay, so the next one is I'm going to create one more pie chart. So this pie chart is based on the like a sales and profit pie chart. Okay, so I'm going to add a profit here and I'm going to add the sales here. As you can see, the pie chart is created for the sum of sales and the sum of profit. Okay, so here also you can see the format visual. So like before itself we have discussed about this format visual, like what are all the tools available in this visual. So let me just explain one more time to you guys. Like I'm going to change this legend value on the top center, like we have done for this, and the text it will be okay, and the title. So title it is already there. I think so. Yeah, this title I don't want it as a title, so I'm just going to turn it off because this title is only for this pie chart because it has been already created for the entire text box. Okay. So detailed labels. So if you go for the detailed labels, the pie chart values will be different. Okay. So you can see the outside, or if you need to add inside, it will be moved towards inside. Okay. If you select prefer outside, if the value is very, very large, it will be go for the outside. If it is very small, whether the Power BI thinks that value that can be entered inside, it will be automatically moved inside. So I will select outside here. On the label contents, okay, you can see various options here. Like uh, I'll show you. Okay, you can see the category here. Okay, category is nothing but it's a profit or a sales. Okay, or the data value. Data value is nothing but this 5.6 thousand. Okay, dollars. So this is nothing but the data value. or the percentage of the total. Percentage of total is nothing but the totally, like total is 100 percentage. Out of 100 percentage, the 14.8 percentage is the profit percentage. Okay, so you can also keep only the data value, or you can also keep the percentage value, or else you can keep both the data value and the percentage value. Okay, if we go for the value, we can also change the display unit as none, so that we can able to view the entire value. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this pie chart like this. And one more thing is I need to change the color for this, and I need to edit this title. So I'm going to rename it as sum of profit and sales. Okay, so I think this pie chart is not required, but if you select this India, you can able to see, like here it will be based on the product, but it will be based on entire India. Like if you compare the data for the India, in India it will be sold for $6,900, but it has only profit of $900. So it's a kind of good thing, but I'm saying like while comparing the data, this pie chart has a very good view. Okay, so I'm just going to unclick this. Okay, so now this pie chart is okay for me. Now I need to change like the color for this. Yeah, we need to change the color for this profit and for the sales. Okay, so for that we can go for the visual slicers and you can see the color here. Okay, so I'm going to select like for the sales, we have entered the orange color, right? So for the sales, I'm going to give this color. Okay, and for the profit, I'm going to use the green color which we have used here. Okay, okay, so this is how we can create this pie chart. So we can also make this as a little bit smaller. So okay, so then after that we can create our funnel part. Okay, funnel is nothing but it's a kind of view. Like both this pie chart and this funnel will be same, but it will be show like yeah, I'll show you like how to do this funnel. Okay, at first I'm going to put the values as sales. Okay, and then I'm going to enter a value of profit. Okay, as you can see here, this is also same, but out of 100 percentage, 85.82 percentage will be the profit, will be the sales, and this 14 percentage will be like a profit. Okay, it will be separated based on 100 percentage. Here you can see like out of 100 percentage, 16.15 percentage is the profit percentage which has been like got by the entire country sales of by the gaming product. Okay, so this is how you can create this funnel tool here. Okay, you can also change the color for this visualization. So let's give some color for this funnel. Okay, mm, yeah, I'm going to give this purple color for this funnel, and for this data labels is inside the center, and the values I need it as a none, as a full value. Okay, background, I don't want any background values, and the category labels, yeah, it's fine for me. Even if you want to bold it here, you can also bold it. Okay, so this is how you can create this funnel option. And if you go for the title, I think sum of sales and profit, I think this is fine for me. I'm just going to make it as a very small part here, and I'm going to leave as it is on this thing. Okay, okay, so then we need to visualize them about the total sales and total profit. Okay, if you have select this India, you can see all the chart has been changed to the India values, like India data. Okay, so even if I click this Indian data, Indian sales and profit data, I need to view the entire data of sales and profit which has been got like by this sales gaming report. Okay, so at first, like this card is nothing but I'll teach you about this card. So this card like is nothing but it is used to view our sum of sales. Okay, if I drag the sum of sales in it consists of only the field value. Okay, if you insert this field value, it will show like a card value. Okay, you can also go for this, and if you can go for the call out value and you can make it as a none, you can see the sum of sales. Yeah, this sum of sales is 39,900 dollars. Okay, $30,900. If you click on India, it will be shows the sum of sales is 6,900. You can't be able to see, and you can also see here because so there is no purpose of adding this card here. Okay, so I have added this card for a separate purpose. So I'll tell you why I added this card. This is sum of sales, right? So we have to create one more card for the sum of profit. Okay, so for this also the call out value as a none. Okay, so I'm going to make it like this. Okay, if you can see here, we have created two cards for this. Okay, so this will create some more space on your report. Instead of creating these two cards, we can able to create a single card. So for creating this single card, like individual card, we have selected this card value, right? So you can see the next to that, you can see the multi-row card here. Okay, like I'm going to remove this. Okay, if you select this multi-row card in this field itself, you can also add like the sum of profit and then sum of sales. Okay, so if you drag the sum of profit towards the top, the sum of profit will view at first. So we have to see the sales first and the profit next. Okay, so we can drag like this and we can move here. So okay, if you select this India, you can see the sum of sales is 6,900 and the sum of profit is 900. Okay, so this is how you can use this card value. And for this card value also, we can go for the format visual, you can go for the call out values, and you can go for the category labels. For these category labels, I'm going to increase like reduce the size of the text. Okay, and you can go for it for a full black color. And then for cards, if we need any border position, you can also add like a border here. And this ascent bar is nothing but you will see the bar here, right? If you don't want this bar, you can go for this card, and if you turn off this card, that bar will not be able that bar will not appear here again. Okay, if you need to add any border for this visual, you can go for the general, and if you go for the efforts, you can go for the visual border, you can turn it on. Okay, okay, I don't want any border for this, and so I'm going to turn off this border. The background is not available for me. I'm going to turn off this border. Okay, so okay, so this is how we have created our card part also. And then like let's see what are all the data that we have imported here. We have imported country here, and we have not imported this ordered amount value here. We have imported, and also we have not imported the price. We have imported the product, profit, sales, but we have to create another visualization for this region and for the price and for the ordered amount. So these three things will not a huge role in this visualization. So I'm going to make it as a table. As you can see the table here. So this is nothing but the matrix table, like I have explained what is matrix tables on the before video itself. It's nothing but the pivot table which we have used on the Excel sheet. Okay. So I'm going to move on with this normal table. Okay. In this table, I'm going to create a column. Okay, at first I'm going to place like a region as a first column, and based on this region, this region is based on the country, right? So I'm going to place country here on the next the ordered amount by the each country. Okay, and then the next one is like a price. We have not added this price on this any kind of visualization. We have not added this price. So I'm going to create this table. Okay, so this is the table that we have created. So as you can see in this table view, there are over n number of ordered amount here. But if you go for this report view, like if you go for the sorry, if you go for the table view again, you can see the west, south, north, south, east. So most of them will be repetitive. Okay, so here it is taken as a common value like east, north, south, and south, west based on the ordered amount. Okay, so here you can see the region, country. Here you can see the sum of the ordered amount because the ordered amount is a kind of numerical value, right? So it has taken it as a sum of ordered amount. If you click on this and you can go for the don't summarize option, so you can see the entire table data which is available on the table. Okay, so this is how you can see here, and you can also make this sum of price as don't summarize. If you click on this don't summarize, this entire value will can be able to view here. Okay, so here on this table formatting view, you can go for the style presence. You can also like a bold headers, alternating rows. So alternating I think this default is nothing but alternating rows. Like one is white and one is light gray and one is white. So if I click on none, you can see all the tables has become into the white color. Okay. So for the values, I'm going to make it as a bold, or else sorry, like a bold is not good for the values. For the column headers, I'm going to make it as a bold. Okay. And just I'm going to increase the size of the column header as one. And the same for the values, I'm going to take it as 11 and then I'm going to make it as a 12 here. Okay. So the next one is total. If you need to add a total, you can also create a value for the total here. So I don't want a total here. And for the specific column, if you need to create any header, one more header for that column, you can also create there. Okay. And for the cell elements, if you need to create any font color or background color, you can create by using this conditional formatting. I'll teach you how this conditional formatting is working on this Power BI. Like I said before, this is like with this entire thing is commonly like similar to the Excel sheet, Excel workbook like which we have created before. So those things, so this formatting is similar to that Excel sheet also, okay, right? So if you know about conditional formatting, you can directly go on with this, or else I'll put videos on upcoming sessions like how to use this conditional formatting. Okay, so like this is okay. So you can go for the grid I'm going to collapse all this. Okay, if you go for the grid lines, you can see the only horizontal grid lines here. So I'm going to turn on the vertical grid lines. Okay. Okay, if you go for the border, you can also create a border for your table. Okay, so I don't want a border for this because I think this is enough for me. You can also adjust the width for the border which you are created. Okay, and then the row padding and the global font size. If you need to change anything, you can change by your own. Okay, so if you go for the general, you can see this properties and the title. If you need to add any title for this, I don't want any title for this because this table is just for my for transferring the information. Okay, so I don't want to add any title for this table, like this is enough for me. Okay, and then efforts, if you need to add any background color for this table, you can also add by your own, or else like we can add any like a light gray value, like red gray color or any color, like if you need to add for your table. Okay, so I'm just going on with this like a white background. Okay, so this is how we can create our table feature here. So I'm going to drag this, and also you can increase the size of this column. Okay, you can drag like this, and you can also make it as a center alignment for that. Okay, like if we go for the general, if we go for the values, mm, sorry, like a specific column, like if I'm going to make the ordered amount as a central alignment, you can see it is placed on the center. Okay, you can also create anything for your own, or else if you need to create some particular text color for this entire ordered amount, you can change the text color for that. Okay, so I don't want any text color, so I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so okay, sorry, the black color. Okay, If we need it, you can change it. Okay. Okay. If we click on this apply to total, okay, at the bottom you can be able to see the total, but for this total can be created because this visualization is very small. Okay. If you need total, you can also add there. Okay. Okay, I'm going to collapse all this. So that's all. I think we have completed our report here. Sorry, there is some little adjustment here. Okay. And then the final thing is, instead of selecting this country, if you select this country in India, what are all the data that we have need, that everything will be visible here. Okay. If you unclick this, it will be okay. But most of them, like, they will never use this map feature, and they will select like this and this and this. So basically they are expecting to create slicers for this countries. Okay, so slicer is nothing but like, if you have previously worked on this Excel, you will be able to know about slicer. Slicer is nothing but if you place the field value here, you can see, if instead of clicking here, you can directly select India here. Okay, so the only one thing different from this slicer, I'll show you. Okay, what is the difference between this slicer and selecting on this visual? Okay, so first let's adjust this slicer settings. So I'm going to make this slicer as a like a drop down, or else you can also make it as a tile like this, like Canada, Italy, Norway, India. I almost use this drop down feature for this. So let's drag like this. Okay, and then selection. If you have multiple countries here, you can directly select all option, and if you drop down, you can see the select all option. Instead of selecting one by one, you can click on select all option. Okay, and then another thing is, if you select Canada, and if you want to select India again, including the Canada, if you click India, the Canada will be deselected automatically. So if you need to select India, you have to press Control key and then select India. Okay. Instead of this, you can turn off this multi-select with Control key. Okay. Okay. If you go turn off that, you can select India control. Like, you don't have to press the Control key. You can directly select all these countries. Okay. Okay, so this is how this slicer will work. You can also change the slicer heading, and you can also make it as a bold, or if you need to add any border for that, or any background values. If you need anything, you can also, I don't want anything to be changed. Okay, so I'm just moving on with this. Okay, if you have more values here, if you have more data, so if you keep on scrolling, and if you need to change search some particular data, you need to create some search bar here. Okay, for that, if you select here, you can go for the search. If you turn down that, if you click on here, the search bar will be appeared here. You can search like India, like if you search India here, you can see India here. So this is how the search bar will work. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that I want to tell you guys is, you can see all the options have been selected here. If you click this clear selections, okay, so everything will be deselected. Okay, so this is how the slicer tool will work. Okay, so I think I have covered everything in this video on this visualization. So yeah, I think I forgot about that. I need to tell one, like, a major difference between these slicers and this selection on our visuals. Okay, if you select these cells, you can see the entire data is changed on the PC sales and profit. Okay, so as you can see, if we select this PC, you can be able to see the other data which are present on these visualization, or the color only will get reduced. Okay, so instead of that, you can also, like, if you select don't take this as an example. If you select India here, you can select all in this bar chart also, we can able to see the full value, and on that we can see the Indian value, like Indian sales and profit as a dark. Okay, like, if you like, I'll show you the difference between this and slicers. If you select India on slicer, you can able to see only the Indian sales and profit on the product will be visible. You can see the entire chart here is only like it is explaining only about the data of the India. Okay, like I'll erase everything here. We select here. You can see the entire value. On the entire value, on the sum of sales, the India sales will be highlighted here. Okay, instead of this highlighter, I think most of them will hate this highlighted feature. For that only, they will use these slicers. If you select this slicer, only the Indian like sales and profit will be visible here. Like you can select on Canada or Italy or anything. Okay, so this is how this slicer tool will work. Okay, so the next thing I need to tell you guys is okay. Before that, I need to change this view. Like I'm going to use some black theme here. Okay. Okay. Here also, like you can go for this, and if you go for the category label, we can change this color into white. Okay, for a better viewing. And for this table also, I'm going to unclick this. For this table also, I'm going to give the values as a black color. Okay, and then yeah, I think I have selected some sort here. Okay, so for this, I'm going to create a text color as a black color. Okay, and then I'm going to like yeah, I think we can use the white theme itself because it is very hard for me to change this entire data. Okay, in this white theme itself, we try to change the font color. Okay, I'm going to change this value color as a white color. Okay, not for the okay for the value, like we have selected style present none here. Okay, because like the text color, like alternative text color only we have changed, like we have to change the text color also. Okay, so for the text color we have selected the white, and for the alternative select text also we have to select the white. Okay, so then mm, yeah, for the specific columns, like you can see here for the ordered amount we have selected text color as black so that it is still visible. Okay, and then for this also, I need to change the color for the callout values as white because we are going to change the entire theme into black color. Okay. For the category labels also, I'm going to turn it as a white color. Okay. If you go for the black color theme, now you can see okay, it is good looking, right? So here also, for this table also, I need to change the background color. For if you go for the effects, you select this black color. I think you can able to see the entire table here. Okay, so this is how we can able to change this theme. Okay, if you change this theme, some of the colors will be changed because on the white theme we have given some purple color here. So when while we are changing this black theme, it will automatically change the color differently. Okay, so this is why we have created before itself, before changing the theme itself we have changed the font color and everything. Okay, so this is how we can change this color. Okay, like here also this black color is not suited for this view. Like if you go for the effects, if you turn off this background color, you can see this table is created with the background of this chart. Okay, so this is how you can create this. And for the better viewing, you can also give the grid line color as white so that it is very easy for us to view the data which are inside of this table. Okay, so this is how you can create this report, guys, by using like all the visualization. Like I have covered almost like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, like 7 kind of visualization in this video, and I will try to put more videos on this balance data visualization charts which we have left in this video. Okay, and then one more thing I have to teach you in this video. Okay, so if we select like I don't want to select everything. If I select India here, you can see the sales and profit has been only changed for the India. I don't want to change this value because we select India here itself. We can see the total sale and total profit. Then what's the purpose of this table? Okay, so for that, if there's an option named Edit Interaction, if you click this, here you can see the format option. Here you can see the edit interaction. After clicking this, you can see for every visualization, there will be a feature of hide and filter, hide and filter, hide and filter. So this is nothing but if you select this slicer, so it is based on the like is it is basically on the filter. As you can see, the filter is highlighted on the every features. Okay, if you select India here, every data will be changed. If you select India, if this particular data we don't want to change this particular data means you have to click none here. If you click none here, if even if you change India, every data will be changed, but this data will never get changed. This will be like a constant view for the overall data which we have imported. Okay, so this is why I have used this card value. So even if you have clicked like a clear selection, you will be able to see the same value. Even if you click Canada or Italy or Norway or Spain, you can able to see the same value here only. Okay, this is why we need to use this edit interaction. So if we are okay with this edit interaction, you can go and if you click it again, it will be closed. Okay, everything will be saved and it will be closed. So this is how you can use these edit interaction tools. Okay, so yeah, and I think I need to like for this text, I'm going to make it as a like a, for this entire text, I'm going to give this golden color. Okay, or it may be light yellow. So that's all, guys. So, like we have completed our first Power BI report. Okay, I can drag like this. This will be fine for me. So that's all, guys. Like we have seen enough in this video. Like we have seen more tools, more visualization tools, and like what are all the formatting tools that we have to know. We have seen everything in this video. So thanks for watching, guys. So if you want more videos related mechanical engineering or any other content, or if you need more videos on this Power BI, like based on any specific tools or any specific tool, you can comment below. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in next video. Until then, bye.